Many executive leaders are out here chasing anything that would give them a response. And unfortunately, we're seeing too many executives realize that that process is not working. If you are someone who's been giving out thousands of resumes, you've been talking to recruiters, and you've been chasing these jobs, what you're finding is that you're not positioned well in order to get the role. And the challenge that we're having is that there's close to 85 million jobs that have been restructured or people have been fired from or even let go since the beginning of the year. And when you have a number that is so large like that, you find that the environment is saturated with entry level roles, people who are looking for a job and get to try to get anything that they can possibly get. And unfortunately, if you're a senior director, a VP, or an executive, you don't want to be in that mix because you have tons of experience that can help startups, help companies, especially in the healthcare space, especially if you're changing from one industry to the next. And to be able to be seen as a top candidate, it's not going to be because you're sending out thousands of resumes and hoping for a response. What you need is a strategy. And at Reference Me, we spend quite a bit of time building a profile that's specific to you. And using that profile, it allows you to be accessed by the top talent in top companies. And so here's what we are sharing with you now. We've had several leaders and VPs who have just recently got offers and roles. And the way that we do it is we don't focus on you chasing these roles, but instead we create a system in place so that the roles actually come to you. Now, think about that. If you are able to upload your profile into a system and then it starts sharing with you the roles that make sense for you and giving you access to the leaders who created those roles, then you're changing the landscape because instead of you chasing them, they are actually looking for you. Now, there's one thing to be looked at for a role, but the next thing is that are you prepared for the role? And so, what's going to be critically important is what happens after you apply for the role. How are you following up? What are the things that you're saying? Have you done research on your interviewing skills? Have you been able to build a profile that makes sense so that when a company is looking for you, they can find you? What we're finding is that a lot of our executives claim that they can do many things at once. Well, that is going to be a problem because companies are looking for specialists. They themselves can figure out where they'll place you based off of all the different skills that you have. But if you're just coming to them talking about you can do five different things, that is going to weaken your chances of getting hired. So here's Reference Me. We spend time building your profile, showcasing the one thing that you do extremely well, and then companies themselves can expand you as needed. The other thing that's not going to work is just submitting resumes as much as possible without paying attention to specifically what they're looking for. And so it's not about the volume of resumes that you're sharing, it's what you're putting in the resume and how it helps you stand out amongst the crowd. At the end of the day, there is a human that's going to evaluate whether they think you are the right fit for a company. And at Reference Me, we also spend time talking to people who have worked with you in the past and creating a profile using their references to indicate that you've been there and done that. This may be the missing piece for you. We had some clients get hired within 1 month. We had others that were hired within 42 days and still 62 days. But my favorite one is the person who went to just one interview and in 16 minutes they got an offer. To me, that's amazing. And it's all about positioning. So if you're interested in working with us, then just type hired in the comments or send me a DM with the word hired in it, and I'll send you some free information that will help you get started. My name is Gerald, and I help senior leaders and executives earn 40% higher salaries, position themselves for growth, and ensure that instead of you chasing companies, companies are actually chasing you because you're the perfect fit for the role. If you are someone who has gotten executive coaching in the past, congratulations, because you're further along than 90% of the people who are looking for jobs right now. They indicate that they want to find a role, but they're not willing to get help to do it. And they're competing against those who are getting help. So, what I can say to you is a promise. If you work with us, you'll be a stronger candidate than 90% of the people that are applying for executive roles because they are not choosing to work with someone who can help them, but you are. And we are looking for you. So, again, if you're interested in working with us, just type hired in the comments or send me a DM that says hired. We look forward to working with you.